Aloha, this is Tom Lesher with the weekly Pele report. I'm on the windward side of the island of Oahu, and I am approaching what I have been told is a waterfall up here where I can do my report. This is the report for August 12th of 2012. Let's just kind of look out over here and give you a sense of where I am. I'm hoping that those clouds do not come my way before this report is over. So let's keep moving along here and see what lies ahead. We are coming into a closing phase of the moon cycle. On Saturday we are going to have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Right now the moon is in the sign of Leo, conjunct the planet Venus, and there's a picture of that. I'm going to put it on my website, I'm going to put it on Facebook. I don't know how you get a hold of these Pele reports, but you will be able to see a beautiful picture of the moon, Venus, right near the star Regulus. And I'm just trying to climb up this stream here a little bit, so I'm not sure what the video is doing. Here we go. Oh yeah. Kind of out and about and away from it all, into a little pool of stillness. Life continually flows. So very good. I'm going to go sit on a rock and talk to you now. Okay, so in addition to the moon being in the sign of Leo conjunct Venus, today and Thursday, the 13th in the morning, you'll see that picture is for Thursday morning, actually, depending on where on the planet you are, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday. But that is also, the moon is in square to the planet Mars, which is up in the sign of Scorpio. And that really is, like I believe I mentioned it last week, it's really going on for the rest of the month. It's actually exact on the 27th. But right now we're at pretty much the Venus is at like, I think it's like 7-8 degrees. And Mars is up here at 13-14. So by next Wednesday, Mars has moved up to 18 degrees. Venus has gone faster. It's up to 14. So this square, that's like the two of them are moving along together. And they're square for the entire time. And so this energy is very powerful now. Venus, Mars. It is the masculine and the feminine. It is what we're working on collectively, balancing right now. So this is very, very powerful timing. And let's look at what it means. To me, it's, I'm kind of getting a hard take on it. Yesterday my neighbor died. He was an older man in his 80s, and I walked in and I saw him sitting in the chair. His eyes were still open, staring empty towards the floor with his jaw open. It's not very often that you get to look death in the face. Mars in Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign of death. It is the sign of endings. And death is a reminder of life. Death is a reminder for each of us to take each day, each moment, and live it to its fullest. In astrology, like I always say, there is no death. There is only transformation. But on an emotional level, there is loss. There is abandonment. when someone we love dies, and it's not only death. Scorpio is forces beyond our control. All right, it has to deal with rape. It has to deal with burglary, with robbery, with assault, with war, devastation, with surgery where they may do some operation whether you like it or not. It has to deal with very powerful, intense confrontations with things we cannot control. And it brings us to our knees. This is Shiva. And it's not easy. It's painful. So we have this Mars energy now, and it's really in the sign of Scorpio for 6 weeks. Before they discovered Pluto, Mars was the ruler of Scorpio. So Mars is there. The sword of Shiva. The Grim Reaper has his scythe. This is Mars that takes away, that cuts the cords, that finish it, ends it. So this is a time period, like I say, it's in there for 6 weeks. It went in there, I think it was August 23rd or something. It's going to stay there till October 6th. So this Mars moving through Scorpio, this is a time of each one of us dealing with partnerships, relationships, but not only the other, even these forces within our own unconscious soul that are beyond rational, logical explanation. And what does it do? Scorpio, Mars moving through Scorpio, it creates painful suffering that brings us to our knees, but it also stimulates us to ask why. Why me? Why now? Why this? Why did that happen? It helps us to get out of our mind, out of our left brain, out of our little third-dimensional reality of life, death, good, bad, right, wrong, light, dark, plus, minus. It pushes us, it squeezes us to ask existential questions. It pushes us into our right brain, into our infinite spiritual self. That's where we look for the answers. And this then brings up all the hidden fears, the hidden motivations, the past wounds. And this is the process of evolution. This is the process of making the unconscious conscious. When we ask why, and we start investigating, and we feel these painful feelings, it expands our awareness of just what we're made of just who and what we are, of what life means, of what it's for, of what it's about. And yeah, I mean, there can be times when it feels pointless. Why bother? You get just confronted with death. It's like, what the hell? It's kind of hard to get out of bed in the morning. It's like nothing makes any difference. It doesn't really matter in one way. But in another way, it totally matters because it's all there is. I mean, it's a trip. I used to be a school teacher, and, you know, there would be recess. And and on some days, there would be these kids that would not go out for recess. And it always kind of blew my mind. But if we look at it, really, we're here on planet Earth, and it's like recess. You can get out there. You can make your sandcastles. You can experience things you never experienced before. You can do things you've never done before. You can be a mini goddess, a mini god for just a little while. And that's where this moon in Leo and this Venus in Leo come in. Because Leo is the recreation. Leo is the playground. And right now there can be this kind of tossing, turning, questioning, wondering. I say it's a very important time to get in touch with the inner child. It's an important time to take the opportunity to do something new, to play, to create something that you haven't done before you die, or before you get robbed and lose all your money, or before the economy goes topsy-turvy, or before a tsunami comes along. Get your ass out the door. This Mars in Scorpio is going to be a kicker. We're all going to get kicked around a little bit between now and October. This week in particular, like I say, as it's building, and of course as the moon is waning. And then Saturday we have this new moon in Virgo. Mercury goes into Libra, but the sun, the sun is still there in Virgo. And Virgo's another one. Get your shit together. Figure it out. It hasn't, this is not a real easy time. Last week, I gotta say, I kind of thought the moon, Jupiter would win the day, but I think that the sun, Mercury, and Virgo kind of overtook it. Too much work, too many details, too much in the head, too much computer, too much analyzing. This Venus in Leo it's the heart, and it wants to play. And the Mars in Scorpio wants to have sex, get into the deepest emotional feelings, get into the deepest bonding. So this is a time of contacting our deepest desires and hopefully acting on them. If we really look at it, an example would be Beauty and the Beast, or it would be The Princess and the Robber. It would be I mean, you have these images of this Venus in Leo. Our feminine nature wants to be light and bubbly and play and creative, but there's a looming dark force. Darth Vader with what's her name? Princess with the cinnamon rolls. Anyway. Get out there. Make it happen. See if you can do it. I could get into this whole Mars-Venus cycle. It's actually a 2-year cycle that began in May of 2011 with the Venus-Mars conjunction. And it's going to go on until April of 2013. But maybe next week I'll get a little more into those dates and the timing of what all of this is about. This is a third quarter square. So some of what you're dealing with now is actually the result of relationship choices, relationship issues that have their seed back in the spring of 2011, in May of 2011. That's when a seed was sown about how you decide to deal with your masculine, feminine, your desire to give and shine and be seen, and your desire to receive love, attention. So anyway, I want to close today with the mantra. If I can remember it, it goes something like this: life surrenders to death. From death is born new life. Darkness is forever waiting to swallow. Doggone it. Yeah. The darkness is forever waiting to swallow up the light. My time here, undetermined, I use it to shine bright, like fireworks in the night. Yeah? One more time, let me see if I can get it, and maybe you can get it. Life surrenders to death. From death is born new life. The darkness is forever waiting to swallow up the light. My time here undetermined, I use it to shine bright, like fireworks in the night. That's about all for today. That's all I can think of. Aloha. Namaste. So much love. Maybe I'll take you on a little tour here. Let's go for it. Get a little closer shot of the waterfall. There's our little pool down there. You got the dead leaves that through Scorpio turn into the compost and the fertilizer for the next generation of trees. And there we have, this is a pretty good sized waterfall here. Alright. Aloha. Namaste. So much love.